In this video, I'm sharing the 15 best spooky games that you can play co-op with a friend or a partner, making them perfect for couples this coming Halloween. Some of them will allow for groups to play together too, and if you know of one that isn't on this list, then drop it in a comment to help others find more games to play. If you're new here, welcome, I'm MadMorph, and this is my channel where I play games, and I've spent the last 5 years hunting and posting hidden gem games on TikTok and Instagram, and I've got over 2,000 games on Steam, so here are the 15 best spooky co-op games. You can only play this game if you have a friend because it's designed for 2 players only, but the great thing is with this game it doesn't matter who plays on what, you just need to be able to hear each other. You can play this one long distance or on the couch together, and if you like that, I'll be posting more like it later. In this game you solve puzzles in the same space but in a different time. One of you is in the past and the other is in the future. This one doesn't have any jump scares, it's more gothic than horror, more spooky than scary, and is perfect for couples who want a chilled out puzzle night together. It's called The Past Within, and you can play it on iOS, Android, PC, or Nintendo Switch, and it's got crossplay. It takes about 2 hours to beat, and you can play it from the other side, giving it some replayability, and it's got very positive reviews on Steam. It's also my most viewed TikTok with over 22 million views. In this next game, your plane crashes, and you have to build a camp and survive together while trying to find your missing child who's been taken by a group of mutant natives. The Forest and the sequel Sons of the Forest are first-person horror survival games that have you building a log cabin, looting luggage for food, and slowly creating a self-sustaining base camp while fighting off attacks from monsters. It's got that perfect mix of oddly cozy downtime as you chop trees and build together and place traps before finding yourself under attack from mutants, running through the woods, and being chased by monsters made of arms and legs. The first game, The Forest, is playable on PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, and Sons of the Forest is only on PC at the moment, with very positive reviews on Steam. Keeping it on a spooky woodland theme, in this game you and your partner are trying to find and hunt the Bigfoot. You can choose to play as humans or you can play as the Bigfoot. You go out into the woods together with an RV and some equipment, setting up trail cameras to keep an eye on things and traps to try and capture them as you explore the area by day and night, trying to prove if Bigfoot is real. This one can be played solo or as a couple or as a group, and the game definitely brings the scares as the big and hairy foot chases you around. I played this a long time ago and they've made a lot of improvements since then, including letting one of you play as the Bigfoot and scare all of your friends. It's called BIGFOOT and it can be played on PC, and it's got very positive reviews on Steam. Next up is a puzzle game that's been really popular every time I've posted it on Instagram and TikTok, and you can only play it if you have a friend. But again, it's cross-platform, so whether you're on PC, iOS, Android, or Nintendo Switch, you just need to be able to hear each other. In this game, you and your partner are trapped in a mystical world, and you must work together to solve the puzzles. You're going to need to communicate because what you see on your screen is different to what your friend sees. It's got an eerie and creepy vibe similar to The Past Within, and takes 2 hours to complete. It's only like $6 and has very positive reviews on Steam. For some reason it gets mixed reviews sometimes by people who are annoyed at the ending or the final puzzle. I don't remember it being that bad, but let me know what you think in a comment. Little Nightmares 3, this game just came out and it's perfect for 2 people to play together, but I do have a big warning about this one, so stay tuned. I've got some alternatives for you. In this game, you play as Lo and Alone, 2 brand new characters in the Little Nightmare universe as you platform and puzzle your way through a creepy world with giant scary monsters and chasers. It's designed for 2 players, but can be played solo with the computer controlling your friend. Now, I am a big fan of Little Nightmares 1 and 2, they're like Coraline and Tim Burton's work mixed into a video game, but this third one has to come with a big disclaimer. It was not made by the original team and creators of the first 2 games, and it's got mixed reviews on Steam. However, I've included it in this list for 2 reasons. Firstly, some people still really enjoy it despite it lacking in that scariness and creepiness of the first 2 games. It's been disappointing to some fans of Little Nightmares, but as a game on its own, maybe you'd enjoy it. And secondly, I'm putting it in the list because it gives me a chance to tell you to keep your eyes on the next game from the original creators of Little Nightmares called REANIMAL. This to me is the true heir and successor to the series and should absolutely be on your wish list. You play as a brother and sister trying to rescue their friends. I've played the demo right here on the channel if you want to see more of it, and it is so good. It might be better than the original Little Nightmares. However, it's not out till next year fully, but you can play the free demo right now on Steam, so I would recommend that over maybe spending money on Little Nightmares 3 unless you're a huge fan. Now here's something a little different. I'm recommending that you have a horror movie date night together with an interactive movie game where your choices matter and you decide who lives and who dies. The decisions that you make will change the story, and I am a big fan of games like this. You enjoy these games like you're creating or watching a film in tandem with it. The gameplay is mostly quick time events and choosing what to do or what to say and how that changes the story. The best of these, and one of my favorite horror games of all time, is Until Dawn, which is about a group of teens who play a deadly prank and years later return to the same place, only to find themselves being stalked by a psychopath. But they then discover that there is actually something up on this mountain even scarier and more dangerous than that. This one's story and focus pivots halfway through with a genre shift that is similar to Sinners or Dusk Till Dawn, and it's well worth your time. But you can't play this one co-op. However, you can play this co-op on the couch together by making the decisions together or picking which characters you want to control, and when it's their chapter, having the controller. I have a full playthrough of this one on the channel if you want to check it out, and you can play Until Dawn on PC or PlayStation. If this is your kind of thing, but you guys are long distance and need something to play online, then stay tuned because I have some more options for you later, just like this. In this game, it's like you and your friend are dropped into a Tim Burton storybook as you fight, farm, build, and explore together and stay alive in the wilderness. It's got very gothic and spooky Halloween vibes and is procedurally generated, so it's different every time you play. It's called Don't Starve Together, and it's a classic game from 2016 that's on Nintendo Switch, PC, and PlayStation 4 with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. Phasmophobia, the game that launched over 1,000 copycat games. In this game, you and your partner go ghost hunting. You arrive at the scene of a haunting, gear up with equipment, and head inside. It could be a haunted house or a school or a campsite, and it's your job not to fight the spirit, but to deduce what kind of haunting you're dealing with, correctly identifying the ghost and getting out before it turns violent and gets you. This is genuinely one of the few horror games that stay scary whether you're playing alone or with your friends. A lot of horror games really lose that terror factor once they become multiplayer, but with this one, you will still be scared. It is a must-play if you can handle the spooks, and you can play it on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, and its reviews are deservedly overwhelmingly positive on Steam. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I used to play it every single day before I went to college, make of that what you will, but it's just so fun and well made. Left 4 Dead 2 is for 1 to 4 players, and your goal is to make it from point A to point B on the map whilst fighting off hordes of zombies and special infected. There is also a versus mode where you can play 4v4 against player-controlled monsters, which actually used to be the mode that I would play every day. You can definitely jump in as a twosome, and the computer takes care of the other 2 characters whilst you play through the campaign. If you've never played this one before, it is well worth checking out. It came out in 2009, which seems like a scary long time ago, but I promise you it still holds up. According to Google, you can only play it on PC or Xbox 360 if you've got one of those laying around, but it does have overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. They've tried to replicate and remake this formula with newer editions of games made since, even by some of the same people, but nothing beats Left 4 Dead 2. You can only play this next game if you have someone to play with because it's designed exclusively for 2 players. It is technically not a horror game, but it has a sinister vibe as you play as 2 people trapped in a castle and having to work together to escape. This game is kind of like if you picture an escape room that is split down the middle and you and your partner are communicating through walkie-talkies. What you have on each side of the room is different, but you have to work together and communicate to solve the entire puzzle. Every room kind of feels like that as you make your way through to the end, and there are 5 games in the series. They're called We Were Here 2, We Were Here Together, We Were Here Forever, and a side game called We Were Here Expeditions: The Friendship. The first game is free, and my recommendation is jumping in with We Were Here Forever, which is the best of the bunch, and then going backwards if you enjoy it. They're all super fairly priced, and actually 50% off at the moment, and available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, depending on which one you're looking at. Next up, I have a selection of the best co-op zombie games to play together, ranked from serious to goofy, but now's a great time to like and subscribe if you haven't already, to support this video and the channel. First, Dying Light, the series. It's a post-apocalyptic open world overrun by zombies. You explore the city, take missions, scavenge for supplies, craft weapons, and try to stay alive. The twist in these games is that daytime's fairly safe to roam and enjoy splattering the zombies everywhere, but at nighttime the zombies get fast and strong and things get a lot scarier. There's Dying Light 2, and Dying Light the Beast, which just came out last month. They've all got very positive reviews on Steam and are available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, with 1 and 2 available on Nintendo Switch. Next comes Dead Island 2, which is similar to Dying Light but lighter and sillier, with goofier melee weapons and combat. The The zombie virus is now spreading through LA, and you and your partner explore the open world and hack and chop zombies together. This one is big on using melee weapons and zombie pieces going flying and making a glorious mess together. It is perfect for a sloppy and spooky date night. You can play it on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, and it's got mostly positive reviews on Steam. Dead Rising 3 might be the goofiest zombie game that you can play together. It's got classic zombies in the style of Dawn of the Dead that are slow and shambling and pretty unscary. In this game, you explore the open world, find silly weapons and costumes, and meet some of the wildest characters in gaming history. The series itself is a lot of fun. I like the first one because you're trapped in a mall, which is very reminiscent of Dawn of the Dead, one of the greatest zombie movies of all time, but 3 is the one with co-op. It is super unserious, very weird, and not at all scary, and suits any couple looking for a fun zombie game without big jump scares. A quick honorable mention, whilst we're talking about zombie games, you can play Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6, and Resident Evil Revelation 2 in co-op, as well as some of the other offerings. So if you enjoy the Resident Evil series and have a friend, you might want to check these out on PC and console. I'm a huge fan of the series, but the only one that I've actually played co-op of these was a little bit of Resident Evil 5 back when it first came out. So I can't fully tell you which of these are worth your time and money, but maybe people in the comments can let you know. Now, if you're looking for a scary gaming experience together that feels like going into one of those haunted houses where the environment is terrifying and then every so often real people dressed up jump out and chase you, the closest you'll get is the Outlast Trials. In this game, you play as human guinea pigs who are undergoing some diabolical brainwashing and mind control therapies. You can play this one solo or with up to 4 players, and you enter the test zone with your goal being to pass through, survive, and get out. This game is pretty replayable as you create your own character and go to mission after mission as you level up, unlock perks and equipment. It's not a story that you play through from start to finish, but something that you replay over and over. It's got very positive reviews on Steam, and you can play it on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. It's called The Outlast Trials. And here are a selection of my favorite interactive horror movie nights that you can play together that also let you be long distance. In The Quarry, you play as 9 teenage counselors trapped at summer camp, surviving the night with a werewolf hunting them. Similar to Until Dawn and made by the same people, the gameplay is mostly quick-time events, making decisions and choosing dialogue, seeing who lives and who dies according to the decisions that you made. This one does have an option to play online, but it's actually the other games by the same creators that have better online play. It's called the Dark Pictures Anthology, and it's all about guiding a cast of characters through a different horror story. In Little Hope, your bus breaks down and you end up in a small town haunted by witch trials from the past. In House of Ashes, you play as a special forces team searching for weapons, but instead discover an ancient evil. In Man of Medan, you have 5 friends and you go on a diving trip and end up on a ghost ship. And in The Devil in Me, you're a group of documentary filmmakers trapped in a replica hotel of the serial killer H.H. Holmes. My personal favorite is actually The Devil in Me, which has the worst reviews on Steam, but I really enjoyed it. You can find full playthroughs of all of these on the channel right here, other than House of Ashes, which I haven't played yet, so let me know if that's a good one and if I should in a comment. And that is 15 of the best spooky horror games to play co-op with a friend or a partner anytime you like, although it is Halloween soon, so I hope you have a happy one. Please let everyone know your favorite game from this list in a comment below, or your favorite co-op game to play together, and let's share some good games to play. You can find more gaming recommendations from me either clicking my channel and going to the shorts, or you can go to Instagram and TikTok. It's the same name as here, where I post gaming recommendations all the time. Click one of those videos on the screen to check out some of the games that I've mentioned in this video but played by me, and see if they're your cup of tea. Until next time, don't have nightmares. Good night.